So I flew to Chicago to test out the Uber car service that I had heard so many great things about. And needless to say, my expectations were extremely high. And once I got to the airport, I went ahead, opened up the Uber app. I initiated a pickup, and that was that. The driver arrived in 10 minutes. I received a text message right before arrival, and then Mike picked me up in a nice black Ford Expedition. It's really nice to have such a large SUV to ride in after you've been on a cramped plane for so long. Now that's something you don't find in your average cab. Free water. Now granted, it did take a while to get to our destination, but you're talking rush hour traffic heading into downtown Chicago from the airport, so you should expect that anyway. So it took about 45 minutes, I'd say, to get from the airport to our hotel, but it was a nice, comfortable ride. The driver was extremely courteous, good conversation, and in this case, it was a flat fee since we were headed from the airport to the hotel. And the nice thing about Uber is that there's no money exchanging hands. Everything's done within the app. All the charges are done to your credit card via the app. So there's no tips or anything like that. It's just extremely convenient. Trust me, you won't want to travel any other way once you've tried Uber. Now, the premise of Uber is extremely simple. Once you fire up the app, you'll know what to do pretty much from the outset. You'll see a big map, you'll see a little pin, and that pin is you. That signifies you, where you're located. You can either point that toward your current location, or you can move it to another location and set a pickup location from that area as well to actually tell you where the closest driver is. So if I move it all the way over here, you'll see the closest driver is like 23 minutes away. So those cars on the screen visualize where the Uber drivers currently are located. So once you set up pickup location, the closest driver to you will be notified. They can accept the pickup, and then your personal driver will be on the way. The pickup. So let's walk through the actual pickup initiation. So I have my location set right where I want it, and all I need to do is tap the set pickup location button and we're good to go. All right, request pickup here. And that's all there is to it. It's sending it out to the driver closest to me. It's locating the driver. And once the driver acknowledges it, then they will be on their way. So it's Raza. And he is on his way. He's only 4 minutes away. And that's all there is to it. I can call the driver from this location if I want to do that. I receive a text message, as you see, as well, telling me my Uber driver is en route. And you could actually watch the little car icon on the screen move closer and closer to your location. It's pretty cool. So a couple of minutes have passed and Raza is actually arriving right now. You can actually see his picture, his license plate number. I can again call the driver. And I receive a text message telling me that my Uber car is arriving now. And once you receive that text message, it's pretty much a guarantee that they are right around the corner or right down the street. So receiving that text message helps you to be ready, helps you to get all your belongings and get ready to hop in the vehicle. Another thing I really like about Uber is the two-way communications. The driver can call you, as you see right here, or you can call the driver just to make sure you have everything coordinated. The review. Once your ride is complete, you can easily rate your driver using the 5-star system. You can also send private feedback directly to Uber using this little private feedback form. Oh, and drivers can rate you too, so be a good passenger. Cellular signal and prices. My main complaint with Uber isn't about Uber at all. It's actually with AT&T's terrible service in Chicago. I found myself unable to use the app just because I couldn't get a good cellular connection. And this is right smack in the middle of downtown. So if there's one major complaint, it's just watch out. If you don't have good cellular service, then that could cause a problem when it comes to initiating pickups. Now, my last complaint, and it's not really a complaint so as much as an opportunity for improvement, and it has to deal with the pricing. Now, for the record, I think the pricing is great. There's a lot of options. You have even an option to take a taxi at standard rates using Uber. There's also a black car. There's SUV rates. So you have a lot of options depending on what you are looking for. Now, therein lies sort of the issue. I found that actually trying to pinpoint a price range for my trip was kind of difficult. It wasn't really evident how much I would have to pay at the end of the trip. Granted, it was always very reasonable, but it's just kind of hard to denote how much the trip would end up costing me. Now, granted, once you get more familiar with Uber, you get familiar with the pricing, you check the website, it's probably a lot easier to calculate that in your head. But for a newbie like me, I found it a little challenging. The bottom line. The bottom line is this. I had heard so many great things about Uber that I had some extremely high expectations, and I wasn't expecting those expectations to be met. But I can safely tell you, I can honestly tell you that Without a doubt, my expectations were exceeded. This is an awesome service. I can't wait until it's in more areas. It just makes traveling so much easier, so much more convenient. You have so much more confidence knowing that, oh, hey, I can get a black car anytime I want to using this well-designed app. I don't have to worry about tipping or frustrated cab drivers or cab drivers giving me a hard time because I'm using a credit card. Trust me, I've experienced that numerous times. This puts accountability both on the driver and on the passenger. Both parties can rate each other. Both parties seem to love the service. I spoke to numerous drivers and they all had high praises for Uber. So if you have happy employees, if you have happy people working for you, then that's going to make the customer happy because, you know, they're not upset. They don't have an attitude problem. They were extremely professional. These are professional drivers, really courteous. Even the taxi drivers really loved Uber. They had nothing but high praises to sing about Uber. So this is a tech startup that has fixed a real world issue and they're going global. So I think we have a definite winner on our hands. And I can't wait until the next time I get to hail a taxi or I get to request my own personal driver using the Uber app. So have you tried Uber? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. This is Jeff with iDownload Blog.